Good evening and welcome to our 7th concert. Our first piece, the first suite in E-flat for military band, is considered one of the cornerstone masterworks in the concert band repertoire. Officially premiered in 1920 at the Royal Military School of Music, the manuscript was originally completed in 1909 by British composer Gustav Holst. Until this time, no serious music had yet been composed specifically for the band medium. This is where Holst set himself apart with the first suite in E-flat for military band. The suite contains 3 movements. The first, the chaconne, in 3/4 time, which you will be hearing this evening. The second movement is the intermezzo, which is a little lighter and features the oboe and clarinet. The third movement, which we heard like 3 weeks ago, is a march characterized by a call and response between the brass and the woodwinds. Please enjoy the first movement of the first suite in E-flat for military band. Ave Maria, one of Mabel's best works, sets portions of the Angelus as well as Ave Maria to music. This piece was written in 1964 and brought to the United States by Cornell University Glee Club in 1970. The Ave Maria quickly gained popularity, most notably after becoming part of the repertoire of Chanticleer. Although it was originally scored for male voices, after it became popular, the composer himself rearranged the piece for soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and soprano, alto choirs as well. The Angelus is a short practice of Catholic devotion in honor of the Incarnation, repeated 3 times each day at the sound of the bell. It consists of 3 Hail Marys, 3 introductory versicles, a concluding versicle, and the antiphon of Our Lady, Alma Redemptoris. The name of the devotional is derived from the first word of the 3 versicles. The bells used for this devotion often bear inscriptions, some of which are quite ancient. In the Diocese of Lincoln, Nebraska, there are 19 of the surviving medieval bells bearing the name of Gabriel and 6 bearing the name of Michael. In France, the Ave Maria was an ordinary label for the Angelus bells, but in Germany, the most common inscription of all, even in the case of many bells of the 13th century, is O King of Glory, come with peace. From this inscription, the Angelus bell is often referred to as the Peace Bell in Germany, the Netherlands, and some parts of France. In this band arrangement of Ave Maria by Robert Cameron, there are 3 optional vocal cues of the Latin Angelus prayer. Translated, it says, "The angel of God visited Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. Mary said, 'See the servant of the Lord. May it happen to me according to your word.' And the word became flesh and lived among us." Tonight you will hear one of these vocal cues sung by Bill Fisher, one of our first clarinet players. The other vocal cues will be played by euphonium Nancy Fisher and the French horn. Please enjoy this beautiful rendition of Ave Maria.
Angelus Domini, non siavit Maria, et concepit Spiritus Sanctus.
Hoop-Dee-Doo Polka is a polka written by Milton Deluge with words by Frank Loesser. It was recorded in 1950 by Perry Como and the Fontaine Sisters, Kay Starr, Russ Morgan and his orchestra, and Doris Day with the Mellowmen. This piece has also been recorded by Tennessee Ernie Ford, the Ames Brothers, Freaky Yankovic, Lynn Marie, Joey Misklin, Bobby Vinton, The Wiggles, Loris Welk, Jimmy Sturr, and Myron Florin. The lyrics of this song are as follows. Hoop-dee-doo, I hear a polka and my troubles are through. Hoop-dee-doo, this kind of music is like heaven to me. Hoop-dee-doo, it's got me higher than a kite. Hand me down my soup and fish. The use of this phrase, don't laugh. No, listen. The use of the phrase soup and fish is a reference to a man's formal dinner suit and is commonly thought to have originated with P.G. Woodhouse's Bertie Wooster stories, and other sources believe that the phrase is actually much older than that. Feel free to tap your toes and sing along to this endearing polka, Hoop-Dee-Doo Polka. You've been introduced to Leroy Anderson already through the Syncopated Clock and a few other tunes. Tonight we'll hear The Waltzing Cat, which turns schmaltzy string sighs that are stated fair in a Strauss waltz into meows. This work opens with a lazy but chipper waltz theme. The middle section is reminiscent of cartoon music with lots of playful cat and mouse-like action. The main theme returns in all its colorful nonchalance and charming meows in the latter half to close out this charming work. Anderson included this in the composer's notes for the piece. If, as you listen to the music, you imagine something like Puss in Boots at a fancy dress ball, that is just about what the composer had in mind. I hope you enjoy this interesting and humorous piece, The Waltzing Cat. In 2004, Pixar released The Incredibles to the big screen. The Incredibles is the story of a former superhero, Bob Parr, known to all of us as Mr. Incredible, who fought evil and saved lives on a daily basis. After 15 years off duty, Bob and his wife, a famous superhero in her own right, adopted civilian identities and retreated to the suburbs to live normal lives with their 3 kids. He becomes a clock-punching insurance claims adjuster, fighting boredom and a bulging waistline. Itching to get back into action, Bob gets a chance when a mysterious communication summons him to a remote island for a top-secret assignment. The Incredibles is the first Pixar film to be scored by Michael Giacchino. The movie brought in $261.4 million in the box office. Some other facts about the movie you probably didn't know. Edna Mode, who's the lady that does like the sewing for him, is voiced by the film's director, Brad Bird. Legendary Disney animators Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston have cameos in the film. Syndrome bears the director's resemblance. The map seen on Mr. Incredible's GPS during the first crime-fighting sequence was modeled after the area surrounding Pixar's headquarters. It is the first Pixar movie to use humans as the primary characters. And every Pixar movie has a reference to the Cal Arts Room, where most of the Pixar animators studied, which is known as A113. And that is seen when Mrs. Incredible tries to locate her husband's location in Syndrome's island. At the time, The Incredibles was the longest Pixar film at 115 minutes. That was when it came out. There's probably longer ones now. But the par's hometown of Metroville is a combination of Metropolis and Smallville, which are two popular cities in superhero world. Music from The Incredibles contains two popular driving themes of this movie. You will hear The Glory Days and The Incredits. Please enjoy this arrangement by Jay Bocook. Waltz, which had essentially been a minstrel song, became the state song under an act adopted by the General Assembly on June 30th, 1949. The song came from a melody by John Valentine Epple and was arranged by Frederick Knight Logan using lyrics written by J.R. Shannon. First published in 1914, the song did not sell well and was considered a failure, but by 1939, the song had gained popularity and 6 million copies had been sold. Sales increased substantially after Missourian Harry S. Truman became president, and it was reported that the Missouri Waltz was his favorite song. Although when asked about his feelings, the following reply was published by the White House. President's attitude towards the song? He can take it or leave it. Is it really his favorite? No. Does he play it often? No. Is Margaret ever heard singing it? No. What is the president's reaction to the song's adoption by Missouri as a state song? See answer to first question. Although the song is often associated with Harry S. Truman, the president did not claim it as his favorite song. In fact, he had to say this about it in an interview. If you let me say what I think, I don't give a blank about it, but I can't say it or out loud because it's the song of Missouri. It's as bad as the Star-Spangled Banner as far as music is concerned. I hope your attitude toward this tune is a little bit better than former President Truman's. Here is Missouri Waltz. Is an instrumental composition by Leroy Anderson, whom we heard from earlier in the concert. It was later turned into a popular song with lyrics by Mitchell Parrish. An instrumental version of Blue Tango, recorded by Anderson, reached number 1 on the Billboard charts in 1952. Although this Anderson piece doesn't give music to everyday objects, such as in his pieces like the Syncopated Clock or the Waltzing Cat, it is still an animated piece that lets the imaginative listener picture a couple tangoing across the stage. Please enjoy this piece, Blue Tango. reminder, the St. Genevieve Stompers are selling popcorn for $1, water for $1, chocolate-covered Oreos 2 for $1, pralines 2 for $1.50, and the proceeds will go to the local food pantry. Up next, we have March Grandioso, written by Roland Forrest Sates, an American composer, bandmaster, and music publisher. For his many march compositions, he earned the title the Parade Music Prince. Beginning with New York Journal, published in 1897, Sates composed nearly 50 marches. The march we'll hear tonight, Grandioso, is often featured in parades. Grandioso incorporates a theme from the 14th of Franz Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsodies. More well-known marches from Sates include Brooks Chicago Marine Band, Brooks Triumphal, Salutation, and the University of Pennsylvania Band. On November 21st, 1930, John Philip Sousa conducted the University of Pennsylvania Band at the Student Quadrangle first in Sates' March for the band. Afterwards, Sousa said, "That is one of the best marches, aside from my own productions, I have ever conducted." Please enjoy this selection, March Grandioso. The song was published in 1926 and made famous in a recording by Louis Armstrong in 1928. The famous verse, with the lyric, "Won't you come along with me to Mississippi," was supposedly added by Glenn Miller and Jack Teagarden when live recording at Monterey Jazz Festival in 1963. Neither name appears on the song credits, though. The Basin Street of the title refers to the main street of Storyville, the notorious red light district of the early 20th century New Orleans, just north of the French Quarter. This song was also used on the soundtrack for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Connie Boswell recorded the song theatrically with Bing Crosby in 1937, and Joe Stafford recorded a duet version with Frankie Lane. Please enjoy this popular Dixieland jazz band piece, Basin Street Blues. Next, we have Suite from Carmen, written by George Bizet. Carmen is a French opera comic that premiered in Paris in 1875, but its opening run was denounced by the majority of critics. It was almost shut down after its fourth or fifth performance, although this was avoided, ultimately having 48 performances in its first run. It did little to bolster sagging receipts at the opera comic. Near the end of this run, the theater was giving tickets away in order to stimulate attendance. Composer Bizet died of a heart attack at age 36, never knowing how popular Carmen would become. In October 1875, it was produced in Vienna to critical and popular success, which began its path to worldwide popularity. The story of Carmen is set in Seville, Spain, around 1820, and is about Carmen, a beautiful gypsy with a fiery temper. Very open with her love, she woos the Corporal Don Jose, an inexperienced soldier. Their relationship leads to his rejection of his former love, mutiny against his superior, and joining a gang of smugglers. When Carmen turns from him and falls in love with the bullfighter, the corporal's jealousy leads him to murder her. Please enjoy the Spanish romance tunes of Suite from Carmen. concert will close with a Sousa march, El Capitan. For our Sousa enthusiasts in the crowd, here's a little more biographical information about the March King. The marching brass bass, or sousaphone, a modified helicon, was created by J.W. Pepper, a Philadelphia instrument maker who created the instrument in 1893 at Sousa's request, using several of his suggestions in its design. He wanted a tuba that could sound upward and over the band, whether its player was seated or marching. The sousaphone was recreated in 1898 by C.G. Kahn, and this was the model that Sousa preferred to use. Another interesting fact about Sousa is that he repeatedly refused to conduct on the radio, fearing a lack of personal contact with audiences. He was finally persuaded to do so in 1929 and became a smash hit. Sousa exhibited many talents aside from music. He also wrote 3 novels, The Fifth String, Pipetown Sandy, and The Transit of Venus, as well as a full-length autobiography, Marching Along, and a great number of articles and letters to the editor on a variety of subjects. His skill as a horseman met championship criteria, and he was also a cheese connoisseur. But we're here to hear what he was best known for, his marches. Please enjoy El Capitan. Thank you all for joining us on this fine evening. Thank you, Channel 798, for filming our performance. Also would like to thank Jim Dunzy and his setup crew for all of your hard work. Thank you, Valley Schools, for letting us use this space, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and please join us next Thursday for our 8th concert of the 2014 season. Have a great evening.
Channel 7 and 98 TV and web broadcasting are made possible through contributions and donations from viewers like you. Thank you for your support.